Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode of Locked and Loaded. What's the episode's name today?
Uncanny Hedgehog teeth.
There you go.
Oh,
That's
oh,
the
hey,
name.
look! When did Pig get back?
Oh,
when
sorry.
I just started hearing a voice. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Oh, it's Pig. What? Hi.
Yeah.
work
How's it
decided not to kick him to the curb today.
Right?
Yeah, I actually had a pretty good day today. I mean, I got home around 7-ish, but it's not
Yeah.
9:45-ish like last week.
Right.
I literally got home last week and was like, all right, I got half the show that I can be part of. I sat down, and then everything went kind of numb, and it felt like my face was sliding off of my skull.
Oh.
Yeah. I've
So it's
had-
like,
I've
okay,
had days like
maybe me doing the show tonight is not a good idea. And then I stood up, barely, stumbled over to the bed, fell into it, fell asleep.
And we never heard anything back from you because you had mentioned I might. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, nope, nothing.
those.
Okay.
I
Good
kind
night,
of
Pig.
I kind of figured, yeah, he's gonna be too whooped to stream. So whatever.
Yeah, no, my last Monday kicked. All of last week kind of kicked my ass. I had a pretty rough week. Freaking Monday, I didn't get home till quarter to 10, roughly. Tuesday, I didn't get home till like 8:30-ish. Wednesday wasn't bad. I got home probably about 7, and Thursday about 7. And then Friday, think. What time did I get home around Friday? I got home around 8 on Friday. It was a rough week, and I was not happy with dispatch on all of last week because they were kind of fucking me, and not the awesome. I get something out of it other than pay kind of fucking. I mean, bent me over a rail, had their way with me, and left me with nothing but blue balls and a intense dislike for edging.
And I don't know where I was fucking going with that, but jeez.
How is this? Well, okay then. Oh,
Hey, you started us along along that whole path of reasoning. I just decided to just no holds bar it.
um. Okay.
That's why we have you around.
I'm-
Oh. Yeah, this fucking week hasn't been bad. I got to knock out about a third of my loan debt. So now instead of taking what? Fuck. Instead of taking 10 years to pay off my student loans, it's going to take me 4. So that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Reading the chat. Yeah, Cats, why are you awake?
Right?
I don't even know what time zone she's in.
Germany. So.
Oh yeah, then what? What?
So, it's one of those like I don't know what time zone that is, like technically, but I
Far
think it gives you a
Europe.
good idea. Yeah, Europe, the European time zone, which I'm pretty sure there is more than one. So I don't know what we're
There's
talking
like
about.
3, I think.
Tell me something
Scandinavia doesn't count.
Um. Also, why I'm not gonna.
What?
No, I've had an interesting weekend. Like the past 4 days, I've been getting up like quite early to drive my girlfriend to work, and then come home and then wait for like 3 or 4 hours to go to work myself, and I'm already tired by the time I get to work because I'm not used to waking up that early in the morning. I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I had to be up at 7:30 for a gig
My
on
heart-
Friday.
My heart cries for you both,
Yeah.
Mister. I'm waking up at like 5:30 in the morning, out the door by 6:15, 6:30 at the latest.
That was my weekend, basically.
Sounds like my everyday.
I do not envy you at all. I prefer waking up when the time is double digits.
I too at one time in my life preferred that, but I don't know. I've been trying to regulate my sleep schedule a little better so that I'm getting up roughly around the same time, within an hour on the weekend as I do during the week, so that Mondays aren't nearly as
Awful.
boot in the ass as it has been. And we also changed to a new shop location last week, so it added a good 10-15 minutes to my drive depending on traffic.
Oh, I hate that
Oof.
shit.
Well,
hate that
it's a longer drive, however it's worth it, because the shop that we were at before had like no parking space, like none.
Oh yeah.
And trying to fit in a fleet of install box trucks plus a fleet of 7 or 8 service vans at the same time, no, not happening. So like,
Yeah, no,
people
that-
were almost run over a couple of times.
That
By me.
sounds-
By you.
Yes, by me, as in I was backing up because there was no way to turn around, and they walked out in front of me, and I didn't stop.
That sounds like you, pig.
It was like, you want to walk in front of me while I'm backing up? That's fine. I can't see you in either of my mirrors, so you must not be there. They got the picture.
We had a this got entirely what I was going to say. Keep going.
I actually completely refused to park to go into that parking lot in my service van in the morning after one incident. I'm in the lot. I'm trying to back out of the lot, and this forklift there to deliver stuff is sitting in the way. And I'm just sitting there waiting for him to move, and he's just sitting there waiting for me to move, and he's being a complete dick. So I got out, walked over to him and said, "Hey, I'm paid by the hour, and it doesn't matter if I make it to my first call in time. But if you sit here for a while, I'm pretty sure your boss is going to have issues because you have multiple deliveries to make, don't you?" He got the fuck out of the way. But I decided never to get into that lot ever again unless it was empty. So evenings, it was fine. I'd pull in, dump my trash, drive over to the other lot and park my van there, and then drive home. So after that one little incident, there weren't any more issues, because I didn't allow myself to be in the position to be having those issues.
Right.
Yeah. I get that with fucking drivers. Although, fuck, this past week was fun. I was in the back of the yard where I normally am, but apparently there was a cop sitting at either... We have 2 exits in the warehouse. There was one cop posted at each exit, ticketing Flex drivers as they left the building with their routes for being on their phones while driving.
What?
Like, it's a
That's
traffic
hilarious.
violation, and Julian, the guy who handles Flex, is like, "I'm gonna call your supervisor because this is private property." And they're like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
They got the fuck out of there.
It's good. That's a good idea because they can't legally give tickets on private property.
Yeah.
Traffic violations only apply on public roads.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But, ouch. Just do they
Yeah,
need
that
to
was.
start giving flex drivers like an Amazon made like garment or something?
Well, every driver that I've seen has one of those dash mounts for their phone, so they just sit it in there and it's charging, and they're not like fucking around with it while they're driving. They're just glancing over it. Okay, I'm going here first.
Yeah, it's called
That's-
navigation,
well,
and
that's
technically that's not illegal.
Yeah, you just can't be holding it.
You can't be holding it, and you can't obviously be playing with it. Like
Yeah.
if you're obviously only messing with it to adjust your navigation in software, then they technically can't give you a ticket because you're not on your phone, you're not texting, you're not playing with your phone or anything. You're using your navigation software.
Yeah, I gotta wonder how green these cops were to be doing that, because it's like, at the very most, they would be pulling
They were
out of
trying
the.
to-
Yeah, they were trying to.
They were trying to make their quota.
Yeah.
Is what it was, and they thought that no one would have the balls to say, "Hey, you can't actually be doing this because this isn't public. This isn't a public roadway. They have to be on a public roadway for you to be able to give them a ticket for a traffic violation."
I hope that those drivers are contesting it.
Oh,
Though I don't know how you would make that contest, like, because
I'm sure what they would do. I don't know the process, but I'm sure what they do is they call Flex Support, and Flex Support gets in touch with, in this case, Everett Police, and they deal with it that way. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what the rules are for Flex drivers contesting traffic violations. They certainly can't contest the tickets we drop on them.
right,
Like one guy, we had 4 or 5 drivers just abandon half their route. That's a big
What?
no-no.
what?
Yeah, they just load it up and go, oh nope, I can't fit all these packages into my car. Bye. And it's like, no, it's not how this works. I think that's immediate termination. Like, it's one thing if you've got like a little Prius and we give you a fucking like 3 vacuums on your route that you have to load in. Obviously,
But
you can't take
that's where
3
you say
yeah.
I can't take these because of constraints. So
Yeah, you also
do you
don't
have another
leave.
route that I can take?
You also don't leave. You don't be like, I can take half of this. Bye.
Yeah, no.
You'd be like, hey, this is a
No.
problem. I should probably talk to somebody about this. Like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's
'cause-
a clear lack of forethought.
you know, that's
yeah, it's just fucking A.
It's hilarious though.
We had one driver throwing boxes around. I forget if he was throwing them at an associate or just like without abandon throwing them into his truck. Just like he was doing like FedEx but badly. And I mean, who am I talking about? That's FedEx every day. And yeah, we're like, yeah, no, what are you doing? Loading my truck. Really now? We heard like 3 things break.
oh god.
Braking is bad.
And he's like, oh, sorry. And just
like,
keeps
"Don't say
hucking
sorry
boxes
to
into
us."
his...
Say sorry to the people whose shit you just broke, and now they're not going to get it delivered
Yeah.
because you just broke it.
Some drivers, man. Some fucking
Yeah.
drivers. Oh. Yeah. Heard nothing back on that promotion, so I think
Oh,
it
I'm
went to
getting-
someone on another shift.
Oh,
Like it was I think it was a shift assistant promotion but for night sort. So I don't know how that works. We're going to open a shift assistant position for every position. Oh, wait, you have to be on night sort. I mean, I'll switch, but You didn't tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hey.
We didn't most of not most of my week, but some of my last week was kind of interesting. We're in the middle of doing the death scenes for this short film that we've been working on for a while. And so we have a makeup artist that's just showing up and then spending like 2 hours for each person at this point, like fucking their face up with like prosthetic gore and, you know, eyes ripped out, like parts of the skull chipped, drenching them in blood, and then getting a bunch of shots of. It's kind of. I've had those moments this week where like, I start hearing screaming, and I'm like, oh no, that's just the filming that's going on, and then I had to sit back and think, if I wasn't in a film house, this would be something to be concerned about. But I think I've gotten a little bit too okay with hearing screaming and then not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
But so now I've had all the footage dumped on it. It's like some of the stuff. It's like, oh my god, Jesus. Okay, this isn't going on YouTube.
Nice.
Removed from the platform. I actually, speaking of not going on YouTube, I think it was yesterday morning.
Oh yeah, you put a video up, I think Saturday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Saturday morning.
I saw it in my feed and I meant to watch it, and then work happened.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to watch it because it wasn't up for more than 5 minutes. You see, I got this horrible idea when I was coming home from dropping off my girlfriend at work.
Go on.
I don't. Goodbye, cats. I don't know if you're saying you're going. Goodbye, sleep.
She's not going to sleep. She's saying goodbye to her sleep.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. But no, I got this horrible idea to have the song "A Lover's Question," which is a old 1950s like doo-wop kind of song.
Yeah, I love those songs.
Playing over, oh, me too. Playing over just a shit ton of just like bloody battle where everybody's dying.
Nice.
And
you should have left that up.
Oh, I couldn't.
Why not?
I was trying to figure out, and then I thought about it. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a scene in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, where two characters are fighting a bunch of people, and it fits really well. Fits really well. So I went on. Don't do this at home, kids. I went on Netflix. I put it up on my ultra wide screen, which makes the thing like truly full screen, so it's not like cropped. You don't have the black bars on the top and bottom. I brought it back to a certain point. I pulled up OBS and recorded it. Finished the recording, threw it in my editing software, cut it a little bit, got rid of as much of the audio as I could so the song didn't clash, because I didn't want to try to remove the background music of this scene. It was still like 6 a.m. at this time, and I had work in a few hours. So I was just like, and I put that all together, and so all of a sudden you have this song playing. All these two characters are just fighting off a bunch of people, and it was great. I think it was like 1.5 minutes long, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and within 5 minutes I got a copyright strike from Disney.
Jesus Christ.
Oof. 1.5 minutes. They're on their fucking game.
Oh yeah, no. Eventually, like an hour later, I looked at it. After I got to work, and it had 2 copyright claims.
Copyright deadlock.
One for the song, one for the footage. Got it.
So the funny thing is the song actually all it did was any monetization went to that the copyright holder. I'm like, that's fine. The Disney one was blocked in all countries.
Jesus
Nice.
Christ.
I'm like,
GG, Disney.
Disney, why can't you be like the copyright holder of the song? I'm fine. Take. If this thing makes any money, Disney have it. I don't care.
I did it for the lulz. I don't care about the money.
Excuse me, Bob Iger. Do you know
So
what
I
a
spent,
shitpost is?
I spent Saturday playing around with OBS and RimWorld, and I realized really quickly that I didn't want to use the footage from last weekend to splice together a couple of episodes of the playpen because of what you mentioned last weekend with the ratio.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fine probably watching it live. It's not like widescreen or anything, but I don't really want to make a video like this because it looks like garbage in video format.
It kind of does.
And so I scrap it, and I'm just playing the game, and I realize like someone actually popped in and said, "Why does the video all cropped and crappy?" I'm like, "Wow,
Was that not me?
that was not you. This was Saturday."
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, it shouldn't be. I have it set the way it's supposed to. It should be widescreen. It should be 1900 by 12 by 1020. So I went and I was looking at it. I was like, huh, it is cropped and crappy. What the fuck? So it turns out that OBS decided not to accept the ratio that I told it to take, and was streaming it in a 4:3 ratio.
Oh God.
What? Okay, so hold on. What is your screen 1900 by 1020, or were you just saying 1920
I think he was just
wrong?
giving
My
random
1080,
dimensions.
whatever.
Oh, okay.
I was saying it wrong.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
1900
wondering-
by 1080.
I was like, that's a
I don't-
very
I-
interesting
I
screen.
don't know why. I
What's
don't know
the
why I
name
was
of your
saying.
monitor? I want to see what this looks like.
It's like, no, it's
The,
it was supposed to be streaming in 1900 by 1080, but it wasn't. And so all of the footage from Saturday was also lost.
Oh, the shit.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed what the playing because I think I've gotten enough of a hang of the naked brutality that I can start one and have a relatively high expectation of being able to successfully start the colony. But I also upped the difficulty from builder to medium, which probably doubles the difficulty. And it was kicking my ass. And I don't think I'll ever be able to reduce the difficulty on RimWorld ever again because holy crap. It's like anything below that is just whatever. Oh, you're raiding me. Got it. Hey you, go over here and kill them all. Whereas Builder is like, oh shit. All of you, I need you all. Get over here. Kill them all. Kill them. Don't die. Oh god, no.
Yeah, that was...
I actually got very upset yesterday because I had successfully started a colony in the boreal forest, which is cold and lots of bears. And I survived. This is the second colony I'd started. The first one died because of a bear. It killed all of them.
Jesus Christ.
This bear literally killed all of them. Plus, the stranger in black that appeared to try and avert the crisis, it killed him too.
Oh god.
It was
Christ.
fucking horrible. I have not had, like, ever since I started the game, I've only had 2 full colony wipes. The first one was my first day playing. I had no idea what I was doing, and I got raided. I was like, wow. So that happened. Because while I was getting raided, one of my 4 pawns decided to have a psychotic break and just started shooting everyone.
Jesus Christ.
So not only did I get raided, but I got team killed at the same time. It was horrible. It was hilarious.
And then the second time you had a wipe, you had basically the beginning to an old like spaghetti western that went the exact opposite way a normal film would go.
Yeah, you know that. What was that movie that Leonardo DiCaprio did where he fought a bear?
Revenant?
Yeah, that one. Except this time the bear won, and it took on 3 of his friends at the same time. It's like I remember the scene is like I had the pawn, one of my pawns, off mining steel. He was a bit a ways from the base. It's middle of winter, so there's lots of snow. It's hard to get everywhere. And the warning came in. Warning: bear is hunting so and so. I was like, oh, well, fuck. All right, well, abandon what you're doing and get back to base. Except the bear was between him and the base.
Oh no.
So I'm like, oh, well, shit. You 3, come over here, distract the bear if you can a little bit, and and this guy rescue him because he's still alive, but he's bleeding out, but he's still alive. And instead of distracting the bear downed one of them. I'm like, uh-oh. Downs the other one. Uh-oh. All 3 of them are bleeding at this point. And then the 4th one finally manages to get where the first guy was. And then the bear went up and is like, nope. Flap. Down. And then the freaking mysterious stranger in black appears because that's like a random chance that when
Right.
all of your colonists are suddenly downed in one incident, a man in black will suddenly appear and maybe turn the tides of what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, the bear's like, oh, that's cute. You're you're visible you're very visible in the snow. Downed. And I was like,
that's what
done.
I mean by that's what I mean by a spaghetti western. You like in the spaghetti western, you spend the beginning following this group of pioneers, and they're all running from a bear, and then all of a sudden the mysterious man in black shows up and takes down the bear, and then the movie's over. No, the mysterious man in black shows up and gets fucked royally.
Yeah.
See,
I started playing on commitment mode because just load any time, it's too easy now. And
what I've got
well,
going...
that was over. I was like, okay, well, I don't even feel like sticking around to watch these 4 die. And the second one, it's like the one that actually upset me was the flu happened, and this guy, my doctor and his fiance both had the flu. Well, she rested like she was supposed to. He did not. He kept getting out of bed and started doing stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I told you to rest until healed. Go back to the bed. At one point, I finally realized, you know what? Oh, he's at 85% infection, and he's at 75% immunity. And if you get to like 60% infection, and the immunity hasn't overtaken the infection at this point, he's just gonna die unless he gets glitter world medicine and is in like a clean room. So I slowly watched him die, and then I made a sarcophagus and put him in it, and I was sad. I was legitimately sad. His fiance lived. His fiance lived just fine, but he died because he refused to rest.
I'm not gonna let this cold get the best of me.
That's one of the draws. That's one of the draws of freaking RimWorld, though. It's like it's not even really a strategy game. It's a story creator. It's like a random story generator, is what it's called, and it's awesome.
That is pretty cool. Last week, I don't know how, but me and my girlfriend both got sick, She decides to spend the entire day in bed. And she starts feeling fine later. I stayed up. I kept going. And when I finally went to work, like a couple days later, my throat was just murdering me. So this is exactly how like things go in real life.
Yep.
And Arma's
This
pretty
is
good
why. This is why you should rest when you're sick, because if you don't, you will regret it.
You will die.
It will fucking kill you.
Take it from pigs'
I'm
colonies.
Ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Take me.
That's what she said?
Exactly.
All right. Well, I think it's time we moved past. I think it's time we moved past the grabassery and got right into the articles. Don't you think?
All right.
Yeah. Where do we want to begin?
I think we begin with our oldie but goodie pluralist article.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
They are classics.
The
Milano one.
There it is.
Yep.
Alyssa
I actually have no
Milano.
idea who this person is. Who's Alyssa Milano?
She's some kind of music artist.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
I think. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't follow this. Feminist actress Alyssa Milano responded Monday to news that fast food restaurant Wendy's would be bringing back its crowd-pleasing spicy chicken nuggets by accusing the company of refusing to protect farm worker women from sexual assault and rape in the fields.
This seems like a leap, but
just a bit.
Just get to the point where you read the tweet, then we'll figure it out. Grammy.
Grammy-winning musician Chance the Rapper campaigned for the return of spicy chicken nuggets to Wendy's menu in a Sunday tweet. Wendy's pledged to make the dreams of fast food lovers everywhere come true if a tweet the company made in reply to Chance received more than 2 million likes. Y'all keep asking, so here's your chance. The people in charge say if you guys can get our tweet, this one right here, to 2 million likes, they will bring spicy chicken nuggets back. Let's freaking do this!
By Monday, the goal was achieved. People of all stripes, creeds, ideologies, orientations, celebrated social media users were able to cast aside their differences and reach. What the fuck is this? Mutual
appreciation for spicy chicken. And then this bitch.
Hey, I'm all for spicy
For one
chicken.
brief moment, it seemed like everyone in America was happy. Everyone, that is, except for this bitch.
The Milano
It reads except for Milano, but
Yeah.
the progressive activist shattered the harmonious reverie in a devastating fashion by calling for a boycott. What the fuck, lady? Tagging Chance the Rapper, Milano excoriate. Is that even a fucking word?
Excoriated.
Excoriated Wendy's for the purported violence its food does to women. How the fuck does food commit violence against people?
Burgers cause rape.
Yeah, so she tags Chance directly. It says, "Did you know that Wendy's is the only fast food chain refusing to protect farm worker women from sexual assault and rape in the fields? Messaging for people in charge: instead of spicy nuggets, we want the food and it's harvested with dignity of violence." Not violence. Wait, okay, so was there like a call out like a year back where like McDonald's, Burger King, and all the others, signed up on a piece of paper to, protect women from sexual assault and rape, and when it was handed to Wendy's is like, nope, because that's how I'm seeing.
Know, but like this first reply,
fucking
and
love
then the
this
next
reply.
one are great. Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets, yummy, and then it's like a little tweet of him continuously eating chips or something. The next one is just as entertaining. Is in the fields? ? Multiple question marks. What century are you talking about?
I'm so confused on where we like this.
Instead of
Oh, it's because of the FFP Wendy's refraining from joining the FFP by saying the program passes extra costs, which go into the pockets of workers directly onto customers. As it makes it more expensive directly.
Okay, so
This is something we'd actually have to really dig into to find out what's going on.
So basically, it is like a paper was being passed around between all the change to join the Fair Foods program, and Wendy said nope. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Imagine being blown the fuck out by spicy chicken nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine him being blown the fuck out by spicy chicken nuggets, but it's not in the way that she not in the way that she did. It's more of a reaction to eating them.
The next day.
No. Within 12 hours.
No, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, fuck. What
Within 12 hours of eating them chicken nuggets, there's going to be a blowout somewhere.
Mark, really? So for those of you who are watching later, I guess I would kind of want to just read this out loud. So Buck, can I get a double bacon cheeseburger with a side of dead ass? And Mike responds with, no, but we do have a quarter pounder with hot buns and extra mayo.
So, quick question. Where the fuck is my avatar?
Buck, we had a conversation about this last week.
We did, and then work happened.
God damn it, Buck.
Okay.
All right, I can't. Pig.
I'm so alone. There's no one here beside me because I'm not there.
Okay, I have to go at the end of the show, but Pig, press him to start a render at the end of the show. Don't do it now because you might mess up the stream. But you need to start a render.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
I'm just saying. I'm feeling pretty left out, buddy. I feel like I'm not feeling the love today.
Can you feel the love tonight?
No, okay. I can't. I literally cannot.
Okay, G2, I can work with that.
Speaking of no love, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is not really getting any, for good reason, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I feel that the plot might be amusing. However,
and that's what I and pretty much everyone has been saying. Like, this movie doesn't look like it's going to be something that everybody's gonna hate. The only problem is the design for Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, everything else looks kind of actually funny and not like a terrible video game movie. Jim Carrey was a fantastic pick for Dr. Eggman. Wait, so is it Eggman or Robotnik?
Eggman.
It's
Eggman and Robotnik are technically the same.
Technically, but they're called at different times. They're called, like, Robotnik is. Oh God, I don't want to get into this, but it was a fantastic pick, and some of the scenes with him were actually quite hilarious. But everybody is talking about that design to the point where people have been making up like CG renders of a better designed still holding to that kind of style of like the furriness and like all of the things that they did, but more true to like the original Sonic design that were actually really good looking. Jesus, I'm gonna have to. Fuck.
God, I'm looking at this and it's so horrible. Like, who thought that this was a good idea? Probably the same people who thought a live-action Pokemon movie was a good idea.
Hey, that actually has not been getting very many bad.
Because it's Pokemon.
It just okay. So the things that they have been doing with it were, according to fans, not terrible, and people have. Oh God, what the fuck?
You just went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, no.
Or more appropriately in this case, a Pikachu hole.
Okay, so I'm gonna copy link to tweet. I am going to post that in show. Actually, I'm gonna post live show. That's what we're doing things now. This is what I was referring to. If the Sonic the Hedgehog
is
looked
better.
like that, yeah, if it looked like that, and we just lost Buck, the only person to show what I'm referring to, if it looked like that, I don't think anybody would be complaining about the film at all.
Yeah, I mean,
Because-
considering that he comes from a different
Planet,
universe.
yeah, he's an alien. He's not supposed to follow like normal human conventions. Also, giving him a like child-esque body is a little creepy.
A little bit.
so give him like the big hands, the larger feet, the real skinny arms, legs, a little bit more rounder, small body, and then the
Bigger
head.
ears, bigger eyes,
Yeah,
big head in general.
yeah, it fits a lot better. Given that we brought that up, I guess I will start reading this next article that we have actually pumped up there, and then when Buck actually gets back, I'll force him to show the picture I just sent you. Okay, so earlier this week, Paramount Pictures released the first full trailer of Sonic the Hedgehog, a live-action and CG hybrid film starring Sega's famous Blue Blur. Though the humor and performance of Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, hence the reason why my confusion came up. I know they're the same character, but it's in different time periods of something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
There's a lot of confusing lore that I didn't really learn.
It was originally it was Eggman, and then they changed it to Robotnik for. I think they changed it when the cartoons actually came out. They changed it to Robotnik.
Like the first cartoon, like the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, that like really old one with where like the whole chili dog thing came from, where Sonic just kept getting caught in traps because Dr. Robotnik would leave out chili dogs.
So there were two cartoons that came out roughly around the same time. The Adventures of Sonic, which was like cartoony, and then I can't remember the name of it, but it was another one that was more animation style.
So
Where
there
it was more anime styled.
No. The Adventures of Sonic came out way before Sonic X, because that's what I think you're referring to. Sonic X was the show that I actually watched a lot more.
Sonic X was the third one that came out.
Yeah, but I wouldn't well, I guess you could. So there's the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and then there's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Which I actually watched more of because
that's when I was.
It was available compared.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog itself, the show Sonic the Hedgehog was. Oh gosh, no. I don't know if I'd consider that anime, but I can see what you mean.
It was it wasn't anime, but it was more of an anime style, rather than being like cartoony, like most Americans were used to. It was more of a solid animation style, where things had definite shapes. It wasn't like balloony. Things didn't go weird. It's like you can tell there's like you can tell there's a definite difference in styles between cartoon and animation.
It's
like technically they're both animation.
Animation or anime?
No. Animation. There's a difference between animation and anime as well.
Well, yeah, that's where I was thinking.
It's like there are three distinct styles. Like you have the cartoon, which is more of an Ed and Eddie type style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then you have animation, which is more like what's that one? That one movie. Valley of the Winds.
Nausicaa?
Nausicaa, yeah, Valley of the Winds. That's animation. And then you have anime, Princess Mononoke. All of them are considered animation, but they are all three distinct styles that are different from each other. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was cartoony, and it had like 200 episodes. The one the one that I can't remember the actual name of was animation. Sonic X is the third one that I know of, and that is also considered animation. But
that's
it's not anime.
No,
No.
it is. Sonic.
Oh, Sonic X
Sonic
is
X.
Sonic X is anime.
Yeah, it's an anime. Like it's like if you watch it, you're watching it in a dub. It's not.
So it's not like Avatar style anime where Americans did it, but in anime style, it's
Like
more it's
original.
animation.
Yeah, yeah. You end up in a world.
I've only seen like 5 minutes of Sonic X, by the way.
See,
so.
I growing up a lot like later on way after Sonic, the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog like ended, I watched Sonic X. I really liked the show. I was a really little kid though, but because I've ever since this trailer has come out, I've kind of gone back and watched the first couple episodes of Sonic X and. Whew. All right. It's a little interesting, but one of my favorite things. No, but oh god, what was I about to say? All right. But the thing that you can tell, I'm gonna go with this. The thing that you can tell all the time is the consistency in the design of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic the Hedgehog
has literally not changed since the first time he was debuted in a game.
Yeah, he's got a very round head, big eyes, where the eyes actually like the
they come together without no split.
Yeah.
Like there's no distinct difference between one eye to the other. There's just two pupils.
Small body, big hands, big feet, this kind of thing. Buck, are you back now?
Yeah.
Show what I just posted in live tweet. Or live show.
Live tweet, yes. Twitter live.
A live tweet. Twitter live. Wait, what the fuck?
Now, you know they only made his arms blue to keep Chris Chan from shooting up a movie theater.
Oh god. This is...
All right. Yeah, I got it up.
Sonic... The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog didn't have humans. To respond to what Mark said, Sonic X had humans. I don't know about Sonic the Hedgehog. I only watched The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
My understanding is that the universe of Sonic only has one human-like character, and that is Eggman / Robotnik.
Yeah. There also was Sonic Underground.
That's the one.
Oh god, that one was so. Oh, I can kind of see your animation look to it, but that was a lot later on, wasn't it? That wasn't around the same time.
Well, all I know is that the first one that I saw was the animation one when I was a kid.
Okay.
The second one that I saw was the older one, which is The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, where it was him and Miles, and it was cartoony. It had Digger and the chicken guy.
Yeah, the two robots. I love those robots. Those were
they're what actually got me to enjoy that show most of the time. Their comic relief was great for me. But and then the third one, I'm pretty sure is Sonic X that you're talking about.
Okay.
Hang on, we have this thing called Google.
Right?
the googly.
You just go to. That's what I'm doing actually right now.
Wikipedia.
Looking up all the shows.
Other media: Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, That was
Okay.
the first one. That's cartoony. Then just Sonic the Hedgehog is the TV series. That's the animation one. Then you have another Sonic the Hedgehog OVA, Sonic Underground. Then following that was Sonic X,
Yeah.
and then Sonic Boom, and then Sonic Mania Adventures.
Oh God. Okay. So, yeah. So we're not gonna include Sonic Boom or the other one after that because it's they're bad. Um. um.
Sonic Boom's not terrible from what I've seen.
It's
I've seen clips of it.
it's pretty feminine, and it's just like really it. Okay. So here's the thing about like it doesn't have. I don't know. For me, it doesn't have like an actual consistent story. Like with X. Okay, so if you go back to the original Sonic the Hedgehog, it was just like random things that would happen, right?
Yeah.
You know,
It wasn't episodic.
right. Sonic X had like this actual overarching story. And then Underground also had another one that was kind of going on in the background. This one is just kids, like more than the previous shows. It was kids, like the new age kids. That's like, let's be incredibly dumb for no reason, type things. It's not my thing.
Yeah, that. So I just read a bit of the wiki, and yeah, I was thinking Sonic the Hedgehog and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. The earlier one was Adventures of, and that was cartoony, and then Sonic the Hedgehog was the animation one.
Mm-hmm.
It was done by an Italian studio, and yeah, it's like that's the one that I remember because it had the whole freedom fighters and everything.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, that was from the comic books.
Yeah,
Freedom
and then
Fighters
Sonic X came out in '99. I didn't even know about it. Holy crap! Total is 78 episodes.
It's like the second season or whatever becomes Transformers or Gundam. I swear to God, like giant space battles.
Mm-hmm.
But it had this like it had a lot of justifications for like the things in the game. Like if you played the games, a bunch of things would happen in the show that kind of were references back to how the games played.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting, but it also had
like all of the games except for like the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. Robotnik or Eggman has always been like this great evil who's turning all of the critters into robots, and
See,
Sonic's been fighting him.
That's the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the story behind that. That's where you get Dr. Robotnik. Where you get Dr. Eggman is in something. Why are we on this tangent? Let's get back to the article.
No.
We have gone.
I take like a minute to get up and get a beer, and we're off looking up the history of Sanic. You friggin' fricks.
Okay. So, so though the humor and yeah, we're back at the article there. Buck.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah.
You had me bring up that tweet, and then we didn't discuss it. So,
Well, we kind of did. We were talking
kinda.
about. We were talking about his look. The guy who recreated the look from the. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better. And I'm gonna be honest. If they made this movie look like the Sonic from this movie look like that, the second picture.
Yeah.
I would have no issues with this film.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's a stupid film.
This one, like, he's got no eyebrows, which is weird.
There's a lot of things weird. His teeth.
Yeah, the lack of eyebrows and the teeth. Like, everything else I can forgive. Oh, and I guess and the shape of the eyes, too. But
the shape of the eyes, his teeth,
But the teeth are what really get me. Like, Rocket Raccoon in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy didn't have human teeth.
Yeah, no, they understood. All right. So,
Here's the thing, though, is like Sonic the Hedgehog. He's not an actual hedgehog. He's an alien.
yeah, he's just called the hedgehog because
Why does an alien have human teeth? Where did he get the teeth?
Hang on a second. Those do not look like human teeth to me.
They don't look. They don't
The
look.
front's like way too round, bro.
He's got some kind of pronounced canines on the bottom,
okay.
but those don't look animalistic either.
No,
they don't look human or animalistic. They look alien to me.
All right, so earlier
That
this
doesn't
week,
change the fact that they're
Paramount...
hideous.
Fight me.
Earlier this week, Paramount Pictures released its first full trailer of Sonic the Hedgehog, a live-action and CG hybrid film starring Sega's famous Blue Blur. Though the humor and performance of Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik drew some praise, the film's version of Sonic was met with criticism for this odd portions of facial features and a mere 6 months until the film releases, with a mere 6 months until the film releases. However, producers have decided the character will go in a redesign. In a post on Twitter, Sonic the Hedgehog's director, Jim Fowler, expressed his gratitude for the fans' criticism, as it has let his team know what they would need to change the design.
How did you mess this up?
I don't know, but I'm glad that they're saying we're going to fix it.
No.
Me?
Director Jim Fowler, and the tweet is clearly from Jeff Fowler. Digital Trends. How do you mess this up? How do you mess this up?
I was like, I thought I said something wrong.
You embed the tweet and you get the name wrong. Wow.
From Jeff Fowler, the actual director of the film. We don't know who Jim is. Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are firmly committed to making this character the best it can be. Hashtag Sonic movie. This is my favorite hashtag ever. Gotta fix fast. It's cringy and hilarious all at the same time.
Jesus Christ.
So it wasn't just the fans who were actually upset about this. I think I was telling this to Buck, but the original 3 people who were credited for the design of Sonic the Hedgehog also came in and were like, yeah, this character design looks terrible. And how they said that was a very polite and nice way. By when this tweet finally came out, a ton of tweets from these 3, I think it was the designer, the writer, and like the artist, were all the 3 who were credited. All 3 of them individually came out and were like, thank you to all the fans for getting them to change this. That was basically the response to the whole thing.
No one's happy, especially us. Fucking.
Apparently Jeff Fowler's bio says, masher of creative potatoes and tamer of hedgehogs. I have to see this for myself. Hold on.
What?
Okay, so Jeff Fowler is I forgot about this. He's actually a huge fan of the Sonic franchise.
Oh no.
So I don't think this was the director's fault, to be honest with you. Oh God, Mark, why? Why did you post that? Post that no puff no. Get that out of here. Get I'm deleting this.
Where'd he
It's
fucking
deleted.
post it?
Nope. He posted it in general. Post that no puff no. God.
Jesus Christ.
Why are you gonna do this? By the way, I was referring to the Discord, so if you guys want to see all of our stupid shenanigans, join the Discord. But so
There's a link in the description. Just gotta click it.
Is it actually in there this time? Okay.
I haven't changed it.
So
Jesus Christ.
What?
Um,
What?
for uh for hilarious laughs and complete nightmares, look into No Pavno when you join the Discord. So the main thing that the director has, I think, referred to as being the first change is they're going to be removing the teeth entirely.
He's just going to be
Basically,
gumless, or
he's
he's
gonna
just
be
going to have
gumless.
gums.
Well, it's a cartoon character. I don't see an actual issue with that. So, shit. Actually, what is it? Yeah, there's a lot of ways that they could have done this. Um, there's a lot of ways that they could have actually had this work. The main way is just make the head larger, make the eyes a lot bigger, extend out the like skin tone colored fur out to the actual sides of his face so it doesn't look like it's painted. Oh god. Why? What is this? Stop it.
Fucking hate.
Oh my god.
We're looking at the best fix, I think, for Sonic's eyes. I think I can bring this up and
I think my favorite like redesign is gonna have to be here. I'm posting this in live show. If you want to pull this up after you pull up that one. My favorite redesign, probably because I have such a connection to Sonic X that I do watching it as a kid. Oh yeah, no, that one actually looks like the Sonic Adventures version of Sonic the Hedgehog. That would be really interesting if they went with something like that. But yeah, so yeah, the internet and myself included has been kind of this sounds like something that would like last a day, right? Like this whole big freak out over
fucking Sonic of all things.
yeah, Sonic. No, this lasted all week. Yes, yes.
Been going for a long time.
Yeah. It's been one of those like, how do you mess this up type things? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, with the amount of no, that's been one of the. I'll bring that up. Mike pointed me to something else. With the amount of source material that they have, because there's a shit ton. There's a bunch of games. There's a bunch of TV shows, as we were just talking about. All these different designs could have gone with any one of them, and they decide that they're going to go with something. It looks like they put a child in a onesie
and said go.
Yeah, basically.
Gotta go fast.
There's been a lot of comparisons in responses with Twitter posts of freaking how much more similar this movie version of Sonic the Hedgehog looks to Sanic, the incredibly badly drawn Sonic the Hedgehog, than it does to the actual Sonic the Hedgehog. Like there's a bunch of things that are a lot more similar to it. Like the bigger body, the kind of like rather small face itself. The eyes are also a lot smaller. The small feet and that kind of thing. Sonic Nicolas Cage.
Oh god. Fucking.
Why? But Yeah, that's been a. This has been kind of the memes that have come out of this.
Love to have fucking Nick Cage play Sonic. All right, we're gonna go fast so we can steal a Declaration of Independence. Not the bees.
Oh god.
Jeez.
Okay, so to kind of here put this one up on the main screen, but just kind of prove my point.
God damn.
I mean, it looks exactly like him, doesn't it?
Pretty close.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, no, that's accessorized with gloves and a trick-or-treat bag.
Oh my god, the responses to this are.
I don't even. I don't know. What are we? What are we even doing?
You've been dead silent this entire time.
I
So
was.
I don't know what you're.
I was
Not run away
sucked
from the
into reading a little bit more about. I was reading the fucking Wikipedia. Shut up.
Oh, okay. So you just haven't been paying attention to the stream at all. So
I was.
Uh-huh.
You guys got my attention like every 15 seconds or so, and then it was back.
So, play the video of this Twitter video.
No matter how fast I run, I cannot run away from the pain.
Where is it? I'm
I just
looking.
saw that.
I see a gif of looks like Jennifer Lawrence laughing. I don't see a video. Just this.
It's the last thing
It's
that
a no pov no.
It's a no pop now.
I'm looking in the fucking Twitter thread. All right, what the hell is this?
That's hilarious. Gotta go fast.
God damn it! What is your problem? You're gonna ruin my fucking face.
I gotta see that again.
Did you finally find it?
I gotta see that again. Holy shit.
Gotta go fast. I'm still tripping over his arms being blue.
Yeah, no, that's also another thing. Something like this. This was hilarious. This was just like throwing the a pastel version of Sonic in there.
Heh.
You see, but that
I mean,
works.
he's got teeth.
It's like
Yeah, but it's one tooth. It's one really long tooth.
On the top and the bottom.
Yeah. That's the only way that I see it working, to be completely honest, if you want to add teeth.
True. If you try to get all detailed, then it just looks weird.
Yeah. Because it's a cartoon character. But like if you look at him talking this, he doesn't have teeth when he talks.
Nope, just the tongue.
Yep.
Yeah, that just fucking. What the hell are we doing?
I don't know. We're dissecting the current what has been released in the trailer version of Sonic the Hedgehog and just being Debbie Downers on it the whole time.
We're not paying attention to things like the Game of Thrones.
No, we don't care
No.
about Game of Thrones.
People didn't pay attention to the Starbucks cup. Did you not hear about that?
I did. They left a Starbucks cup in Westeros.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, but
Someone's a time traveler.
all right. You know what? Like, okay, I have to bring this up. When you're on set, you have the director, the producer, the camera assistant, the DP, all these people that are watching dailies of the footage, just watching it over and over to see things like that. Then they give it to a team of editors, and editors comb through it and fix things like that all the time. Somehow, after all of that, they still had a Starbucks cup.
6 or 7 layers of approval.
And then, I love the response that they had to give was a bunch of people had made the comment, well, maybe they're just promoting Starbucks. And then HBO had to come out and say, no, the coffee cameo was a mistake.
It was literally a mistake.
Maybe there's just a Starbucks in Westeros. Maybe. Who fucking knows?
I thought that was great.
Let's ask George R.R. Martin about that. Maybe he's killed Starbucks already.
No, he probably hasn't, because you can't kill Starbuck. She's literally unkillable.
All right, so this is the next.
Not with a big enough lawsuit.
Did neither of you actually get the Battlestar Galactica reference? I'm sad now.
I didn't watch Battlestar.
No, I've never seen Battlestar.
What is wrong with you?
Lots of things. That being one of them.
You need to watch it.
So I posted the article in live show for you to pull up. I'll be right back. You guys read Buck. To read.
It is Buck's turn to read, but I didn't read it all last episode.
This one.
I really want to read this one.
Okay.
I have no idea what's actually in it. I just want to read. I don't know why.
Just want to read. Just want to be part of the show.
Yeah, I actually want to be part of the show, guys.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. A little bit of responsibility would be nice, and an avatar. Ilhan Omar's tweet on Israel-Gaza violence sparks condemnation from Republicans. Republicans were harsh to... Harsh?
Were harsh
Republicans
to condemn?
were harsh? I mean...
Copy editor, please.
How about quick? Republicans were quick to condemn. Anyways, to condemn freshman Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat, Minnesota, who tweeted Sunday night about this weekend's violence in Israel, the worst in a string of flare-ups since a 2014 war. How many more protesters must be shot, rockets must be fired, and little kids must be killed until the endless cycle of violence ends, Omar tweeted. The status quo of occupation and humanitarian crisis in Gaza is unsustainable. Only real justice can bring about security and lasting peace. 25 Palestinians, including at least 10 militants and 4 Israeli civilians, were killed before a ceasefire was reached Monday. They were the first Israeli fatalities from rocket fire since the 50-day war in 2014. Nikki Haley, former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, tweeted, agreed, Ilhan MN. There's my voice cracking a little bit. So what should be done about Hamas? They are the ones behind all of this. Israel and Hamas are bitter enemies who have fought 3 wars since the Islamic... Israel considers Hamas, which seeks Israel's destruction, a terrorist group, while Hamas sees Israel as an illegal occupier. They do not speak to one another, communicating through Egyptian, Qatari, and UN mediators.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, how out of touch do you have to be to not realize that it's not Israel that's being the aggressor here? It's Hamas. They're the ones who are firing the rockets into Israel. I mean, come on, how far up your ass is your head? I mean, you can't really tell because you've got that whatever the hell is called wrapped around it, but come on.
Padding. Fucking...
Sure. She's got that too sock stuck around her neck. Can't even tell if it's coming out of her sphincter. It kind of looks like a sphincter.
Coming out of the wall.
It is a sphincter.
Jesus Christ. Oh man.
So, Ben Shapiro, defending genocidal Jew-hating terrorists right on cue, is what he said. Not what he did. Though I wouldn't be surprised if he did it once or twice without realizing.
I don't think he would.
Jew hating.
He's not exactly self-aware all of the time, you know.
No, he's not.
So, conservative talk show host Ben Shapiro, I already read that. Omar has been slammed with allegations of anti-Semitism. Last month, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, defended her party amid allegations of anti-Semitism leveled against Omar. Pelosi said she does not believe that Omar is anti-Semitic, and then slammed President Trump for accusing the Minnesota lawmaker of such prejudice. Okay. And Donald Trump Jr.'s post, it's deeply troubling that we've reached the point where no one is shocked when sitting members of Congress like Ilhan MN and Rashida Tlaib side with Hamas terrorists over Israel. By remaining silent, Democrat leadership and presidential candidates are endorsing this insanity. Yep, that was him. He said that.
Yeah.
In the latest fighting, Hamas and the smaller Islamic Jihad militant group launched roughly 700 rockets into Israel over 2 days, while Israel responded with several hundred airstrikes on militant targets in Gaza. Charlie Kirk, an advocate for young conservatives, tweeted, "Israel is a sovereign nation just like America. They have a right to defend themselves from brutal rocket attacks, like the recent 700 missiles at..." This sentence does not work very well. Missiles at Israel, so why do Ilhan MN and Rashida Tlaib side with our enemies? How would they respond if the United States was attacked?
It's
because
not
none
the
of
same.
this is the
Use
same
punctuation.
sentence. No, they didn't.
They have a right to defend themselves from brutal rocket attacks like the 700 So okay, Charlie Kirk, you've just said
It's
that.
like if you read it in the tweet, it makes sense. But if you read it in the paragraph, it doesn't.
No.
Because they didn't copy the actual
Yeah.
punctuation that he used. In place of periods, he used a space, a line break, if you will. And it makes it makes it readable, it makes it legible.
In the paragraph, it's just one long sentence that implies that missiles have the right to defend themselves. Based on the wording, that's what it's saying. They have a right to defend themselves from brutal rocket attacks like the recent 700 missiles at Israel. If he had said fired at, then there would be no problem. But no. Please, stop. Why do I even bother critiquing what people type on Twitter? Why do I even go on Twitter? Everything is awful.
Everything is awful.
Just end it all right now. Fucking.
Someone should rewrite this song.
God
Everything
damn
is
it.
awful. Yeah, everything
Right?
is awful.
What are we goddamning about? Or do I
Oh,
even know?
nothing.
Alright.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Then I won't.
Then don't say it on stream.
Oh, fuck. I shouldn't be yawning. It's only 7:30.
Kind of annoyed.
Right.
What? Yeah, well, I should be yawning. It's 10:30 for me.
10:30, yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting article.
Yeah, we had
Thoughts?
so much. Nothing comes to mind.
I'm not surprised that she was twisting this around.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I mean, holy crap! It's just getting worse and worse and worse. It's like, come on now.
Who we friends with here? fucking.
The aggressors or the aggressee? Wait, is that how that works? That's not.
Aggressor and aggressor. You could say aggressor defender, but I don't know.
Aggressor, regressor.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how you'd
Phrase that.
phrase that. No.
Oh man.
What else do we have? Let's see.
Hang on a second. I have to respond to this.
What?
Okay.
Merrick, did you call me Bacon Bish? Did you really call me Bacon Bish? Well played. Yes, I know exactly how hard it is to legally acquire the Battlestar Galactica series. But it does not change the fact that they need to watch it. Was it on Netflix for a while?
Was it?
I thought it was.
Pretty sure it
aggressor or
was.
retaliator. That's a good way to put it. I could never keep. God damn. I can never keep track of what's on Netflix anymore. It's like I swear within the week something I want to watch has been taken off of it.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
I've had that happen.
Hey, it took me like 5 minutes to find it.
It's on Netflix.
Battlestar Galactica of 04 is on Amazon Prime.
Oh god, I don't have.
Season 1 through 4.
It's like, what is that, 90, 80 or 180 a year or something like that?
No. It's like
Not if you're a-
110.
Not if you're a student, which I am no longer a student, so I should probably cancel that service.
Yeah, no, cancel it. I
And you can
well, actually,
buy
wait,
them episode by episode.
Ouch! That's a lot.
You can buy season 1 for $35.
That's a lot of money.
That's not a lot of money.
Yes, that is. For a show
For the entire season, $35. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's
When it first came out, it was like
2004.
$70 for the entire season.
No brand new seasons of shows sell for like $30. Here,
Just saying.
let's.
there.
Y'all are talking
And
about the.
that's not very. It's not very surprising to me that it still sells for like $35.
That might be true, but to buy, season 9 of The Walking Dead, it is $35. So.
Season 1 of The Walking Dead is what?
Season 9.
Season 9 is $35.
That's the only show that I can think of that's still making things because I don't watch TV shows that
You and
are
Bill were
around
like,
anymore.
we're both like, what the hell's TV?
Yeah,
Last
it's just
last
like-
thing I watched was Married with Children, and that's on DVD.
Oh god. Well, okay, so fucking okay. So the last thing I watched that was new was the Orville, but that's if you have freaking Hulu, you don't actually have to wait for the season to come out.
Mm-hmm.
The season itself, like I think it's a few days after I think the episode comes out on Fox. The season will then come over to Hulu. They must have some kind of thing with Fox and
They do. A lot of shows do that. They have a lot of shows on Fox, at least. They air, and then Hulu is who has them within like 4 days. Some shows it's within an hour, I think. I think it was Ash versus Evil Dead
okay.
that aired on Stars. Within an hour of it airing, it was on Hulu. I know because I watched it. It was glorious. It's that great slapstick comedy of the Evil Dead and the original Evil Dead and Army of Darkness that I
With
so missed and loved.
what's his name? I remember him as Sam Axe, but I know that's not
Yeah,
his actual
same
name.
guy.
I, what is his actual name?
I can't remember. Who cares?
What is it? It has him in it.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay.
It's an awesome show, and it's not CG. There's like no CGI in it, I think. Which is one of the reasons why it only has few seasons and it's ending. The other reason is because
It ended in 20.
the actor wants to retire the character. He doesn't want to play the character anymore. He had fun playing the character, but he's over it. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Bruce Campbell.
Yes, Bruce Campbell. That's his name.
Yeah, I remember him vehemently from freaking.
Burn Notice.
Yes, thank you. Terrible name.
What?
It's all right. That's actually one of my favorite roles he's ever played.
Sam Axe or Ash?
Sam Max.
Fine.
Second favorite is Ash. But yeah, I hated the remake of the movie.
Wasn't it really? It was really bad, right?
It wasn't. It was a different generation. It's like they took all the slapstick out of it and made it pure
Serious?
serious. Like there's a scene straight out of Silent Hill in it.
We talking about Evil
Like-
Dead?
Yeah,
Okay.
the remake that was what in 2013, 2014.
Thought it was a little more recent than that, but I might be wrong.
Somewhere around there. It was a few years ago. Freaking, I didn't like it. It was way too gory for my tastes.
Hmm.
It was like they literally reenacted a scene from freaking the Silent Hill movie in it.
Haven't
Except
seen
instead
that
of
either.
barbed wire, it was tree roots. Now that also happened in the original Evil Dead, but it wasn't quite so blatantly grotesque with the gore.
Okay.
I don't know. For some reason I liked the old movie more than the remake, mostly because I liked the movie for its slapstick and it's blatant comedy.
Is there a scene where Ash comes out of the bush of a naked man?
What?
Don't remember. Yeah, the remake was 2013.
Oh, okay then.
I'm gonna save
Thank
this
you.
image.
Thank you for backing me up, Merc.
I thought there was a TV show that was a spin-off.
That's what we're talking about. Ash versus
Ah.
this.
Yeah, the TV show was the spin-off of the original. And they did a
Okay.
remake of the movie back in 2013 and it was shock horror.
I'm
Oh,
posting
okay, I
this in live
see.
show. Tell me if you see what I see.
That's a
Is that a
I do
woman?
see that. I remember that scene.
What?
That was not a man.
I don't even know what to make of this.
Well, we can't show it. But
We can.
oh no, we can't. This
Yes,
is
we
gore.
can.
Is gore not banned from?
I don't know.
Have you not seen Glam and Gore?
Okay, gosh, then show it. I guess if you really
I mean,
want
it's
to.
not
Have you
real
have you
gore.
not seen the have you not seen the channel called Glam and Gore?
I have not now.
Dude, it's yeah.
Pull this up here. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at.
Okay, you were looking about Bruce Campbell's face emerging from the stomach of a woman, a naked woman, and his chin is sitting right on the bush.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I loved that series.
There's
Kind of
arm in
really
your-
liked it too. Though she was actually affected by the horror aspect of it. So we didn't watch it when I wanted to watch it, which is at night.
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. What were we even talking about?
I don't know.
We're
We
talking
got
about
onto
this.
movies and how we haven't seen Battlestar Galactica, and I don't know what the hell else.
Y'all need to watch that. Y'all need to watch that. It's definitely worth watching. Maybe not like more than once for a lot of people, but it's definitely worth watching at least once. Just like the sci-fi mini series of Dune and Children of Dune.
Okay.
Both of those are worth watching at least once. All right, well, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have covered all of the articles that we wanted to cover, and at this point, we are just bullshitting with each other.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for coming and joining us tonight on this wonderful episode of Locked and Loaded. We hope you had a wonderful time. Gentlemen, closing statements?
Shit, nothing comes to mind. There, that's my statement. I can't think of anything.
Pav?
When watching bad movies, go to YouTube and find old doo-wop songs and play them over funny scenes.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of is. And my closing statement is, yes, we may be boring, but fuck you.
I think Merck's point is that news stories are boring.
Yeah, they kind of are,
Yeah.
but some of them are actually entertaining.
Yeah, depending on which ones you pick. I was really trying to find some
consider
good...
the ones that are the ones that are the most entertaining are the ones that lead us down these rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ilhan Omar doesn't do that so much.
Merc, the game that I was talking about was RimWorld. Pretty sure you've played it.
I'll have to look into it.
Considering that when I first started playing it, I got your mod list off of you. Yeah, you've played it. Anyways,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.
Good night, everybody.